Hey guys, welcome back to another Premiere Pro CC 2015 tutorial. Now in today's tutorial, we will be syncing audio to video. And not just a single channel of audio to a single channel of video, but we have two different audio clips and we have two different channels of video. So we need to sync it all up together at once. It sounds kind of complicated, but overall I think it's pretty easy. So we have the footage from the game, we can hear it, we have footage from me playing the game with my glorious hairlessness. You can laugh, it's fine. The actual mic audio, you can see there's a mic here, there's a mic here, and then we have the uncompressed game audio. Cool. So let's get started. I'm going to exit out of these. I already have Premiere Pro open. And just to go over what I have in my project real quick, I have the 4 files I just went over with, and I have another example of the same type of files, just a different example. So let's go ahead and open this up, double click on the folder to open it up, and we can drag the dock in to something by itself right here, make this a little bigger, and we'll change it to an icon view so we can actually see the clips. Okay. First step is we need to make a sequence. So what I'll do is right click on my game footage and do new sequence from clip. Cool. Here's our sequence of the game footage. How awesome is that? So we are going to name this gameplay, which is now our sequence name, gameplay. Cool. So there's a couple different ways to do this. One way is to highlight all of this footage, and you can right click it and do create multi-camera source sequence. It would technically work, but honestly I think it's a little overcomplicated for this type of setup, and there is a much easier way to do this. And we're going to base this effect off of the actual camera footage, because if we open it up we can see that we hear me talking, and we can also hear the game in the background. So the computer is going to be able to tell the talking and the game background noise and actually line the audio up for us. So if we look into our waveform right here, click this link, we can see our waveform audio, and you see this peak right here, this big line, and if we zoom in we can see that the audio spikes, and that spike is actually me clapping. And if we go to the video form we can see it. And the reason I clap is because it helps me find the audio and also helps the computer line it up really well. So in your own footage, be sure to do that, whether you have a clapper or you just do it by your hands, because your mics will pick it up and you'll be able to see it just like that. Cool. So the way I'm going to do this is through merging. So what you could normally do is if you have video footage and just audio, so the zoom is just my voice and just the camera, you could click both clips, right click, merge clips. The internal settings on merge is completely fine. You could click OK, and it would merge those clips into a sequence you could drag into here, and you'd basically be done. You don't need pluralize for this method. You don't need anything. Premiere will do it for you. So we want to merge though the camera footage with the game footage with the voice with the game audio. So merge does not allow you to select all the clips and merge them. You can only do one channel of video and multiple channels of audio. So what we're going to do is, since we created our sequence from our game footage, we're going to leave this in here, and we're going to click our camera footage, our audio footage, and our game audio footage. Right click and merge clips. So we will name this merged, and the internal settings audio track channel 1 is fine, and click OK. After done processing, it's not too slow or anything. It will create a new clip called merged, which is all of these files combined into one. So we just take this merged and we can drag it right into our timeline, and as you can see there's like a mix down of all these different tracks aligned to the video. So right here the video cuts in, play it for a second, and we'll see 3, 2, 1, right here. Video cuts in. Cool. So if we expand this audio by clicking on these little lines and dragging down, you can see right here in the camera audio, which is these blue layers, that's where the spike is. That's where I clap. It's very obvious. It's huge. And that's why we do it. It's very easy to find. And then on this second channel, I think this is the audio right here. And we can take a look and see. Yes, this looks like somebody talking. So it's talk, 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 no talking, talk, 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 no talking. And then there's the clap. And if we undo this one, it's a constant sound. So more than likely it's the game audio. So what I'm going to do really quick just for organization is I'm going to highlight these two clips, which is both the mix down of the vocals. Right click, label rows. I do this with all of my stuff just to separate it. It helps me stay organized so I can quickly see what's going on. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to zoom in on the clap just to make sure it's correctly aligned, because Premiere does a really good job, but sometimes it messes up a little bit, so we'll have to fix it by hand. So play it. Now it sounds like there's a little bit of a delay. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but if we zoom in, we should be able to see it. So if we zoom in all the way, yes, so here's the clap. I was zooming in using this tool right here. You can zoom in and out on your timeline. And yep, there is a little bit off. So what we can do is we can actually grab the zoom audio right here and we can move it over some, just about by a frame. That's frame there, frame there. So that's pretty good. So if we move it forward one, it's still a little bit off, but it's one frame. There's no person in the world who has good enough ears and timing to tell the difference. So if we actually take our camera audio and we can mute it, we should be able to see that this will sound perfectly fine. We need to mute this audio up here actually, because this is our segment audio. We would not aligned yet. You can hear the game. You can see me looking around. I should say something soon, hopefully.
We are in the Dragon Roost Cavern, going to
It's perfect. It's fine. So now we need to align the actual game, which is really easy actually, because the game audio is right here, and it is the green tracks right here. So and it's exactly, this starts exactly when this starts. So by hand, you can literally just grab the segment, move it over, align it, and now it is aligned perfect right here on the green channel with our game audio. And if we scoot forward in our timeline, right before I start, we can go ahead and grab this and actually scale this footage down and put it right here just so we can see it happening in real time.
Alright guys, welcome back. We are in the Dragon Roost Cavern, going to
And there you go, it is aligned. Easy as that, takes no time. Especially when you're doing episode after episode. So that's about it. You can continue listening. I'm going to do another example, but that's how you align audio really quickly. At least that's the way I like to do it. I know you could use something like Pluralize. It'll do it all for you. But, I mean, honestly, going into Pluralize and actually doing it, in my opinion, takes just as long as this. So, and I personally like doing it this way. It just keeps me organized. Cool. And just for note, I do stuff like this for my other YouTube channel called MaxPlays. And I will link it in the description and put a little click box maybe here. And, yeah. Feel free to check it out. There's a finished episode of this linked down below of this exact episode, and you can see what it looks like. But other than that, we will continue on to our second example of merging. So, all right, part 2. All right, so this one's going to be a little different, I think. So, like again, this is the episode, and we are going to create a new sequence from clip. We will rename it, I don't know, because this was episode 7 from my show. episode 7, just to keep it organized. I know this one's gameplay, but we could have named it episode 4, I think. But for the tutorial's sake, I just named it gameplay. All right, cool. So next we need to highlight our camera footage, the game audio, and the Zoom recorder audio. And I use a Zoom H6, I think. I'll link it in the description. It's really good. I know it's a little more expensive than most, but I mean, it gets the job done. And it has a multi-attachments. So highlight all these clips, right click, merge. I always name it just for organization, merged clips. In this case, if we're doing a lot of episodes at once, merge clips, episode or EP for episode 7, just to stay organized. Click OK. It's going to process fairly quickly. Da-na-na-na-na. Processing 1 of 3. Almost done. Almost done. Awesome, done. So, merged clips, episode 7. We will drag these into our timeline. Here is the camera audio. It's the blue tracks from this. Always at the top. If we open them up, there is the clap, like I was talking about. Very, very helpful to do that in all of your audio in all situations. Just for an editor's sake, should be our Zoom. This one's different. This is the game audio. See, sometimes it aligns differently, which is why I'm doing example number 2. So we can zoom this down. There is our Zoom audio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to label the Zoom audio, our recording, rows, and for organization's sake, I'm actually going to switch these. So we're going to close down these layers to make them smaller and more manageable. Highlight these, move them down. Highlight these, move them up, because it's helpful. Now I know. Cool. So we zoom in, make sure this has been aligned. It actually already looks pretty darn aligned. Yeah, it's perfect. The clap is perfectly aligned. The clap, oh, that sounds terrible. So now what we can do, we didn't do it in the first one, but you can easily delete the camera audio and grab both these and move them up one more. Just remove some files, less processing. It's really easy. It'll make your computer speed up a lot. Maybe not that much, but hey, it helps. So now we can take the episode layer and move it forward to align with the game audio. So now, probably upscale this a little bit so it fills the black. 105 is fine. Take our merge, move it down, and we could go ahead and get rid of the green screen, but I have a tutorial for that. I will put that tutorial in the description on green screening right here. And yeah, thanks guys for joining. Really simple to line this kind of stuff up. I mean, I've been in situations where I've had to line it up via mouth movements because somebody forgot to record the audio in camera, which is this audio from the camera, which is the in-camera audio, which is always terrible. But if you clap in the beginning, let's see, right here you can see it, the clap, if you forgot to turn on your in-camera audio, but you can actually see your individual clap, which then you can align your Zoom audio or whatever recorder audio you have to the clap, which also makes it visually easy. But if there's no clapper or anything like that, you have to do it by eye via their mouth. But I mean, a good editor, you could do it fairly quickly, but it is very annoying for an editor. So save them some time, save you some time, and do it this way. So thanks guys for joining in. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. But other than that, thank you. And there should be more coming soon. Thanks.